the soul tie, and how do you get there with casual sex? And what's the soul tie? What do you mean by that? And how do you get there with casual sex?
I think it's just biology. You know, that's the way I equate it, because I look at oxytocin and I just look at personal experience. Where, you know, my first girlfriend, I had sex with her on the first night, you know, and told her I wasn't really looking for anything, but we continued to have sex. Like, you know, I was seeing other people here, you know, this I'm 20 years old, I was seeing other girls on the side, but Monday night would come around and she'd be like, hey, I made some food, do you want me to come over with a Blockbuster? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm not doing anything tonight. She'd come over, we'd have sex. And if you do that enough times, eventually you start feeling obligated to them. And they start, of course, women, if a woman is having sex with you, 99 times out of 100, she wants to be in a relationship with you, right? And it puts women at a position of disadvantage. And this is why I tell women it's so dangerous to have sex with men outside of marriage, because you don't know, they haven't been clear about their intentions through action. They could say, I love you, I want to marry you, whatever, but if they haven't actually done it, you don't know. They might even be believing it when they say it. You know, but at the end of the day, the reason that marriage works, and this is why people are like, well, what's the difference? It's just a piece of paper. And I'm like, no, it's not. I've done this. Because the Bible says the heart is deceitful above all things. So your heart will fool you. It'll lie to you into getting you to doing things that your flesh wants, right? But if I was to say to you, hey, I love you, is it Jenny? I love you, Jenny, let's have sex. And you said, I love you too, Rob, let's just go to the justice of the peace real quick and get married. It changes the conversation. Right? Because I'm like, let me think about this a little longer. You know what I mean? Because it's going to cause me pain to get out of it. So now I'm thinking, is my heart lying to me? Because I'll be honest, there's a lot of beautiful women in City Fam, and there's plenty of nights that I was depressed and lonely, and there was a couple of them I thought, well, maybe I love them. I could have convinced myself, but at the end of the day, if I asked myself, would you sign the marriage contract to have sex with her? I always answered no. So that's how I knew. Because in the Bible, there was no ceremony. It was like, if you sleep with her, she's yours. That's what marriage was, sex. You have sex with her, she's yours. It changes it. What we want to do is we want to grab it off the rack, take a sip, and put it back if we don't like it. And then what does that do to that thing? It lowers the value. Because I mean, right? People say, you want to buy a car without taking it for a test drive. I'm like, what if somebody test drove it 1,000,000 times? Do you want it? I mean, right? Probably not, right? You want to pay full price for a car that somebody wore out. We are equals, but we're not the same. You know,
I'm just
men and
intrigued
women
with that whole concept of soul tie.
Yeah.
And how that happens for men and women.
Yeah, I mean, people get stuck together, and then, I don't know if you've ever been in a physical relationship that's split apart, it's super painful. When you're not getting physical, it's really not that painful to break up with somebody. You know, it's very not painful at all, really.
Is that true for men too?
What? When you're not having sex? When you
Or
are?
painful or
Oh, when you're having sex, sure. Yeah, I mean,
If you're the one who's breaking up because of her.
my first girlfriend, I'll tell you.
The girl wants to break up with you, now that hurts.
Well, you know what?
You're the one who's breaking up
No,
with her.
even if you're breaking up with her. So I'll tell you, the first girl I
You're
dated.
moving to the next one, so you're not really.
Maybe you are. Maybe you just want to be free. So my first girlfriend, I was with her for 5 years. I was not in love. I, told her one night, I'm like, I don't think I'm in love or whatever. And she finally ended up leaving. And I thought, that's what I wanted. And as soon as she left, it was like she flipped the table on me and all of a sudden took the control that I had away, and it destroyed me. So I convinced her to come back to me. She actually started dating somebody else. I convinced her to come back to me. We started dating again, and I thought, oh, thank God, it's going to be different this time. And within about 2 weeks, it was right back, and I thought, why did I do that? I was free. So we broke up again, and it's same thing. She started dating somebody else, and it destroyed me. And I wanted to get back with her, and fortunately, she ended up marrying the guy that she was dating. But it was like we had a soul tie, and I was completely helpless to it. I knew that I was caught in something beyond my control, but I couldn't do anything about
I
it.
didn't understand soul ties, so I think it's jealousy and possession.
So I think it has to do with possession, though, because Yeah, and the way God wired it is, you know, you have sex with them,
Yeah.
you're each other's, you belong to each
I
other.
remember doing that when I was a
You
young
become
man.
one. You become one,
And when
yeah.
you separate being one,
Right.
then it's a rip.
Yeah. You ever seen plywood, you know, stuck together? If you pull that stuff apart, it's not gonna look the way it did when you stuck it together. There's gonna be pieces missing and broken and chipped off.
More important thing